contain terrible plays and AFKs that may offend some people. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, Arcadian here, back again with another episode of Tips for Bronze. This week, let's look at our keyboard functions. So this week, due to popular request, we're going to be looking at some of the different keyboard functions, from the basic bindings to how to use macros to some sweet tips at the end to help you optimize your play. So before we start, let's talk about why hotkeys are so important. Now there's really two main reasons here. The first is speed. Being able to use hotkeys effectively will essentially make you a better player, because it'll make you a faster player. You'll be able to use your combos more effectively, you'll be able to consistently outplay your opponent, and it's going to increase your overall gameplay. And the second reason is efficiency. League of Legends is a game all about optimizing your play, gaining the small advantages, and being really efficient in what you do. Being able to cast your combos slightly faster, being able to know slightly more about the map, and using your keys to gain every small advantage you can, will overall increase your gameplay. Now, let's get through the basics before we head into the good stuff. The following are your standard hotkeys that you should all already use, and a quick explanation of what they do. So Q, W, E, and R are your bread and butter. These are your champion's combat abilities. You can also hold the control key and hit one of these to level up during combat. D and F are used for your summoner abilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are used for your items and trinkets. B is used to start your back or home teleport. And Tab is used to open your scoreboard. Now the less common options are P, which will open your store. C will open your champion info, where you can check your crit chance and cooldown reduction. Escape will take you to the settings menu, where you can customize all of your key bindings. Z will expand your chat box to read more during the game. S will make you stop exactly where you are and not attack. H will make you hold your position and attack the nearest target. A will make you attack the nearest target to your cursor. And Y toggles the lock camera on and off. Spacebar will center the camera back on your champion. Now for the pings. G or Alt click can be used for the alert ping. V or Control click can be used for the warning ping. And hitting G and clicking and dragging your mouse will also open up the smart ping menu, where you can be more specific. But I'll go more into those in another episode. Now, a lot of keyboards and mice nowadays have macro keys, and if your keyboard is anything like my Logitech Orion Spark, it has way too many macros that I don't even know what to do with half the time. So I think it's only fair that I mention some of the useful things you can end up using them for. So in Champion Select, you can set your macros to auto-call the roles you want. So with the hit of a button, it will type a friendly message, like so. You can also preset preferred bans so you don't forget, like this, to let your captain know quickly some ideas to ban. Timers. You can also use your macros to record timers manually in-game, such as your enemy flash or summoner spell, ward times, etc. If you set a key to say something like enemy ward and turn on your chat timestamps, when an enemy plays a ward, you hit your macro key and you'll know in chat when he placed it and when it expires. Self-casting and smart casting. Now usually by holding Shift or Alt and using an ability, you will either smart cast the ability, which means to use it instantly like so, or self-cast the ability, if possible, instantly, like so. So this can be extremely useful for clutch situations where you don't just have enough time to click. And if you have a particular macro key free, you can set it so that the auto self-cast an ability. For example, if you're Morgana, you can quickly apply your black shield to yourself with the single click of a button without even needing to move your mouse. I just want to say, however, that you should be extremely careful when using macros. Using them too heavily can be deemed as giving you an unfair advantage in game, and that's a punishable offense by Riot. Using things like third-party scripts or macroing full combos is not recommended, and it could get you banned. The F keys are an awesome way to increase your map awareness. Pressing them will take you to a specific friendly champion's camera to see what they're doing. This can be great practice to see how the different lanes are doing if you're a jungler, or just if you're a nosy mid laner. You can change your key bindings to put your champion's laugh, joke, or taunt on a spammable unused key. Personally, I like to do this on my spacebar and just spam my laugh at the enemies. It's purely just entertaining for me. Now this key is rarely used but is super handy. This is the key just above your tab button with the little squiggly line on it. Now whenever you press and hold this key, you will only be able to target champions. This is a great way to auto-attack people or target people surrounded by minions hiding behind turrets or behind Dragon and Baron. So that's all for this week. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Now get out of here and go get your climb on. Until next week, Scribs out. A cool little trick you can do if you're facing an Evelynn jungler is place your pink in a safe place, like over this wall, and then put a normal ward in the bush, but inside the pink ward's vision range. This effectively transforms the ward into a